Hey everybody, failed entrepreneur back again, and a couple days late as normal, but today I want to talk about a brouhaha again in the media. Man, what's this? The media screwing up 2 days in a row? We could go every day all week on this, right? The Joe Biden sexual assault allegations and the screw up in the New York Times. There's a lot to unpack here. So we got to go in our Wayback Machine. But about a month ago, there was a woman named Tara Reid who used to be a staffer with Joe Biden like 20 years ago, right? This is probably before he was in the White House. And she accused Joe Biden of sexual harassment, right? It wasn't, I don't believe, rape or anything, but probably inappropriate touching, inappropriate kissing, probably some comments. And this is Joe Biden we're talking about, so it's very easy to see probably what was happening. Unwanted touching and advances. Okay, that's sexual harassment. I guess she went in a podcast and talked about this, and you got your kind of fringe media news websites stuff talked about it, but like the big one, the gold standard, New York Times, waited like 19 days, 2 weeks to publish anything on this story on the presidential candidate for the Democratic Party, right? So big name here, former vice president. Waited about 19 days, almost 2 weeks to publish a story. And then they ended up dropping it on Easter Sunday, because that's the day you want to publish something for people to read. That's when you want to sell papers, is Easter Sunday, right? That goes right on the front page above the fold. Easter Sunday, right? There you go. And so tried to not even Friday. Not even a respectfully Friday night. They waited till Easter Sunday. But okay, whatever. Well, that would be Good Friday. You can't do that. So wait till Easter Sunday. And then the report in the article is just trash. It's very demeaning and condescending to this woman. It's always casting a doubtful eye on the accusation. It's trying to be the judge and the jury and just dismiss this away as infactual and didn't take place. The problem is that there's some circumstantial evidence here, where in some of these other similar accusations, it's just a lot of hearsay. But I guess this Miss Reid ended up telling some close friends or family, and they actually remember these conversations, where in the past this has not happened. So you have a couple witnesses to kind of collaborate that something went on. I guess at the time this happened, she ended up getting demoted from her previous responsibilities. Less contact, less time around Joe Biden. That's what she says. There are a bunch of staffers in Biden's old office who actually remember her getting a shift in duties, her job changing without much reason or without much explanation. So there's a little, again, cross-pollination there, which sometimes we don't always get. So there's some, that kind of collaborates a little bit of her story. So, but the Times, again, dismisses a lot of these things. The Times then made a tweet to kind of promote this, I guess, where we did, we looked and researched, and we found no other allegations of Joe Biden sexually harassing women, except for some hugs and kisses and touches here and there. But supposedly, the Biden campaign saw this, got very, very upset, and decided to pull weight and lean on the Times, and they changed the tweets. Can you change tweets once you publish them? Maybe they retweeted or something. But they changed the statement. They deleted that and took out the part about the hugging and the kissing and the touching, and didn't make an edit or didn't tell anybody. It's a stealth edit, and people caught them. The internet never forgets. And That's not a good look for people who are paying attention. That's the key, though, people paying attention. And so that is very unjournalistic. And then I guess people are very upset because at the end of this piece, for no real reason, the very last paragraph, right, the stinger at the bottom, is all about Trump and all the accusations towards him and money he paid to Stormy Daniels to be quiet on stuff, right? They're both running for president. They're both kind of powerful men. I don't know what Trump's actions and Stormy Daniels has to do with Joe Biden and his allegations, unless maybe they're trying to kind of normalize it or this is accepted or something. But really, that's kind of tomatoes, tomato. Well, that means it's kind of similar. Apples and oranges. Does that make sense, right? Is that the better analogy? It really has nothing to do with this. But you add it all together and extremely disrespectful to Tara Reade. Like I said, I believe you would have the people certain people would have you believe that we should believe and believe all women. Sorry, I haven't had my coffee yet. Oh wait, one second. That's right, content. Believe all women, and here the New York Times is heavy-handedly disbelieving and trying to quash this kind of a major story here on Tara Reade. We know in the past that these rags love sexual allegations, and remember the firestorm and just how big the Brett Kavanaugh story blew up, right? With Miss Ford, Christy Ford. And that was a super flimsy case, it turns out. Does anybody even remember this? This was like must-see TV when it happened, not that long ago, right? But ended up to be a lot of nothing, but got full media exposure and backing in that because, hey, it's a way to derail Trump or something or get in his way or whatever. But here again, if fair is fair, they would be treating this with probably the same. You would think, of course they won't, but you would hope, if we have the same standards towards things, that we would treat it with the same level of respect and at least the same amount of push that the Kavanaugh. I mean, this is not, Supreme Court is very important, but this is a presidential candidate we're talking about, right? This would sell papers. This is what the news is supposed to do. But here they're whitewashing, they're backpedaling, they're covering for Joe Biden. And is anybody surprised, right? You got a lot of people in the METOO movement very upset, thank goodness, calling out the hypocritical standards here. Me Too and Less Blue, I saw on Twitter for a while, which is a funny hashtag. But it's just the double standard reeks of hypocrisy. And again, you really can't act that surprised. You can point out the double standard, but this is what we expect from the media right now, and they'll do everything they can to cover up Joe Biden and any Democrat really in this environment, as long as Trump is in the White House, to try and take this guy down or dampen his reelection campaign. We can't have Joe Biden, who's extremely flawed. We can't put another blemish on his character. And so the Times is in some hot water, and I guess they posted editorial yesterday, again, backpedaling and explaining, well, it takes time to do a thorough investigation, and we wanted to make sure that we didn't make any mistakes and stuff like that, which would have been nice had they done that before. But I think I saw it took them like 2 days, less than 2 days, to jump all over the Kavanaugh case. And here, better to be pragmatic and careful and cross every T and dot every I. And, it's just, this is the media right now, right? This is what we're being told to think. And again, surprise, not a lot of social outrage out there, really. A lot of my social media friends who were all over the Kavanaugh crickets, chirps, no mention of this at all. Probably because they've never heard of it, because this was on Easter Sunday, and this is not, it would be clickbaity, I guess. This you think would be something people would want to read, but again, I don't see any outcries. The people who were very loud before are extremely quiet, which again is not surprising. So double standards all around. Yes, these are loaded accusations, and you do need to take them seriously. But everybody does deserve their day in court. They do deserve, their due diligence. So even though this was a long time ago, and Joe Biden, he is innocent till proven guilty. There's some real smoke here that kind of shows that maybe something went bad. And again, and this is the last point I really want to make, is it's Joe frickin' Biden, man. Come on. He's all over the place, touching all sorts of women, little girls, why? It's just all over the place. Is this not surprising? And here's my prophecy, okay? Ooh, here we go. This is not the first time. This is not the last time, okay? Again, it's Joe Biden. He's a career politician. The environment we live in right now, right? Everything is just so extreme and high stakes, and it's the end of the world type of thing. I would not be surprised if we end up seeing more accusations come out against Biden. There has been a few in the past already, but here's the latest, I guess you could say. Not on Trump level of accusations. I get that. I know that. But, I think Trump's been thoroughly vetted. I don't know who else exists. It's Trump. Let me take that back. But everything that's could be used against Trump has probably been done already. So I don't want to say he's bulletproof, but I think that closet is out of skeletons. I don't think there's anything else. But my prediction is I think we're going to see more women come forward. I don't think it's going to hurt Biden, because the people around him are going to do everything they can to dismiss and to quash and to bury and downplay this. But make no mistake, this is, again, touchy-feely Uncle Joe. And I can't see how there is not more women coming forward talking about feeling violated or some inappropriate actions he took against them. And it's not going to make much of a difference, but it has to happen. I just don't see how we don't see more of this. How many more women have come forward, but have, again, been denied media, have been denied a voice? That's something to think about too, right? How many other stories has the Times, again, stonewalled and bricked because they just didn't think it was worthy to go forward with, right? Like I said, when there's smoke, there's fire. We see some smoke here, and I would expect to see some more going forward. We still got a lot of election left, and even though he's been in politics a long time and these women have had a long time to come forward, it's a different environment now. It's a charged environment, and like I said, I would not be surprised in the least to see more women come forward, and unfortunately to have their accusations downplayed and dismissed, where if you're accusing somebody else, you get media hype, you get a push, you get blasted all over the place. There is a total double standard, obviously, and it just depends who you are pointing the finger at, unfortunately. All right, this is Failed Entrepreneur. I got stuff to do. I know you do too, and I got to go, so I'll catch you later. Bye.